Say this makeup, but I swear to God, it's a horrible thing.
This is Stephanie Frederick in Los Angeles. It was an emotional night at the 7th Annual Soul Train Lady of Soul Awards. On a night when thousands had gathered to honor women in music, there was a general feeling of sadness here on the minds of many. Rising star and Lady of Soul nominee
we lost somebody really special, and she was a really close friend of mine. And I just want to say, rest in peace to my girl, Aaliyah. I love you so much, girl.
The 22-year-old singer and actress was scheduled to attend last night's taping. She was nominated for Best R&B Song of the Year, but didn't win. Only days before, she and 8 others were killed in a plane crash in the Bahamas. That tragedy still weighing heavy on her fellow musicians and friends.
We're all numb. It's a combination of numbness and pain, you know. But at the end of the day, we just have to celebrate that beautiful young woman's life.
I couldn't believe it. I was praying that it was like one of those horrible rumors that the next day they squash it.
It's just sad, you know, because I'm 22, just like her. The singing, the modeling, the acting, you know. Only thing that soothes my soul is that she was able to live out what she wanted to do.
We've lost a real talent here. Somebody that was also beautiful and talented, but also very young. Someone who's very genuine, and somebody that all of our teenage girls can really look up to and be proud to be like.
I was blessed enough to have met her a couple times, a very brief meeting, but enough to see that the soul was beautiful as much as the exterior.
She was a wonderful person. Every time you met her, it was the same Aaliyah, whether you met her in the grocery store or whether you met her on stage somewhere preparing for a performance.
You know, it just really makes me realize what's important in life, and every day is precious. Every day is precious.
And it was a double tragedy for Destiny's Child.
Our makeup artist who did us the first 2 years was also on the plane. So I think it's sad for everybody. Every night we pray for her family and everybody's family. And I know that it's really sad. And we're praying for her family, and everyone else's family.
Despite the heavy-heartedness, the show went on.
Miss Jill Scott.
Jill Scott was honored as Entertainer of the Year. R&B legend Patti LaBelle received the prestigious Lena Horne Award for Outstanding Career Achievement. When Patti accepted her award, she did so in memory of the fallen star.
Oh, I'm just accepting this for Aaliyah because pretty soon in her life, she would have gotten this Lena Horne Award. I know this. I just know it. So here's for Aaliyah.
In Los Angeles, Stephanie Frederick, BET News.
I'm Sherry Richardson in Washington, D.C. It's been 4 days since Aaliyah died in a plane crash, but her contributions to the music industry are not being forgotten. In fact, all across the country, radio stations like this one continue to plan vigils to memorialize her legacy. Aaliyah fans watched the rising star grow from a baggy jeans and sunglass-wearing teen to a beautiful and talented young woman. Witnessing that development is part of the reason many say they feel close to her. That and the fact she inspired young people to follow their dreams.
I think we definitely set a standard. You know, I think that we showed young kids that you can do anything, no matter what your age is. Age is nothing but a number. So I definitely think we showed them that you can be successful at a young age.
She was just a role model for everyone. My son is never certified, her classmate, and we just lost a great person, a funny son.
At radio stations across the country, fans continue to express their feelings. DJ Lorenzo Ice-T Thomas had the pleasure of meeting Aaliyah just 3 weeks ago when she was in town promoting her brand new CD. BET obtained this exclusive video from that publicity event. We're told even though the singer was tired, she didn't want to let her fans down.
It's rare in this industry to find somebody that's really genuine, humble, comes across really natural and down to earth. She's very grounded. And, you know, people felt a strong connection based on her live.
And because so many felt tied to Aaliyah, Huckabee plans to hold a candlelight vigil to coincide with her funeral service. The singer's body is now back in the United States. Arrangements are still in the works. Meanwhile, thousands are already paying tribute to the R&B singer on a daily basis. They remember her as a bright light, a light whose fire was snuffed out too early. but a light whose memory will never dim. Sherry Richardson, BET News.
And BET News will bring you continuing coverage of this tragedy. You can also get more information by logging on to BET.com. Other news tonight, the United States has decided to send a delegation to South Africa to lobby members of the UN Conference on Racism. But that doesn't mean the team will participate. As BET's Andre Joel explains, it all depends on new details tonight in the investigation into the crash that killed Aaliyah. BET News has obtained the preliminary findings from crash investigators in the Bahamas. They indicate the aircraft was overweight when it tried to take off from Marsh Harbor Airport on Abaco Island. As BET's Elliot Lewis tells us, it seems the plane was simply carrying too many people and too much baggage.
5 days after the twin-engine Cessna slammed into the ground just after takeoff, investigators now have a clearer picture of what caused the accident. Here's what a team of experts has found. The aircraft had a maximum takeoff weight of 6,300 pounds. The plane itself weighed 4,100 pounds. The fuel on board, another 800. Baggage recovered from the crash weighed in at more than 570 pounds. One piece of baggage sunk to the bottom of a swamp. Add it all up, and the weight totals close to 5,500 pounds. That's still 805 pounds under the limit. But remember, that doesn't include passengers. There were 9 people on board. If, on average, they each weighed, say, 170 pounds, that would put the plane overweight by at least 700 pounds. Investigators had also been looking into whether one of the plane's engines had quit. But tonight's statement from the Department of Civil Aviation reads, the engines appear to have been producing power at the time of impact. No discrepancies have been identified. Still, investigators stress their probe into the accident isn't finished yet. Elliot Lewis, BET News.
5 days after Aaliyah's death, her friends and fans are still trying to cope with it. Aaliyah's movie career had just started to take off. She had already starred in Romeo Must Die and was scheduled to appear in 2 sequels to the film The Matrix.
It's just a sad loss, not to the industry, but just to the people who she affected, in everyday life. And, and she's a friend and she'll be missed.
Such an amazing presence, such a gift to all of us. Music, acting, a person, a human being. She was wonderful.
I always told my daughter, that's who you should be like. She was a tremendous artist, yet kept it clean and kept it wholesome.
Much love to her family and to all the other families who suffered a tremendous loss. We love you, Aaliyah, and we will miss you forever, my sister.
As you've heard, the singer was involved in so many things, music, movies. She was also an avid fundraiser for breast cancer research. As BET's Sherry Richardson reports, her family hopes to keep that fundraising going through a memorial in her name.
Did you sleep on the front? In the bed.
When Aaliyah wasn't singing, making videos, or movies, she would help raise money for breast cancer research. That's because the disease runs in her family. Both an aunt and a grandmother died from it. In an interview for her website, Aaliyah wrote, "My mom was an educator and has a really good head on her shoulders. She teaches me to give back. We have both breast cancer and Parkinson's disease in the family, so she makes sure I go visit patients and also participate in fundraisers." Just days after the R&B singer and actress died in a plane crash, her family set up a memorial fund in her name to support breast cancer charities like the National Breast Cancer Coalition here in D.C. Denise Smith-Jones works there, and she's also a breast cancer survivor. She remembers when she was diagnosed. It was 1992. Her daughter at the time was only 7 years old.
I wanted to still be here for her. I wanted to see her go to college, graduate from high school, prom, all of that. So I asked my physician, I wanted to do the best thing that was going to keep me here the longest.
The prescription, a radical mastectomy. No. Now Denise has been cancer-free for almost 10 years.
Unfortunately, there are far too many cases that don't have happy endings. In fact, 40,000 women die from breast cancer every year. That's 1 in every 13 minutes. But hopefully the money raised from Aaliyah's Memorial Fund will help reduce those statistics. Here's the address if you'd like to make a donation. Make checks out to the Aaliyah Memorial Fund, care of Entertainment Industry Foundation, 11132 Ventura Boulevard, Suite 401, Studio City, California, 91604. While Aaliyah's life was cut short, maybe her commitment to breast cancer research will help save some lives, maybe even help find a cure. Sherry Richardson, BET News.
And the singer will be laid to rest tomorrow. Both a private and public memorial will be held in New York City. BET News will be there and will keep you updated. You can also get more information by logging on to BET.com. In other news tonight, the father of South African President Thabo Mbeki died today. Govan Mbeki was a revered anti-apartheid leader. He spent 23 years in jail with former President Nelson Mandela for sabotage. After the fall of apartheid,